Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back from the ad break. You are still watching Prime Life now. We are joined by Dr. Mariam Khan, Tasneem Basha, and Yesmien KT, who are three remarkable women leading the Uncovering Sensual Alchemy workshop that will be happening on the 6th of December 2025. Now, this transformative event is designed for women to rediscover their inner power and also, to build their spiritual connection. And on this journey of self-discovery and empowerment that will be happening on the December 6th, the three remarkable women will be sharing with us all that we need to know about the event and what to also expect. Thank you so much for joining us. Assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah so much for being with us on Prime Life, and welcome to the three of you.
Jazakallah so much for having me.
Jazakallah
so much for having us.
You are welcome. Now I will start off with Yesmien. If you can just please tell us all we need to know about this event and why in particular is it titled, what it's titled, and what is the purpose of the event.
Okay, so the title you've mentioned already, it's Uncovering Sensual Alchemy, and it's participants that will be attending can expect to come in and feel deeply immersed in a nurturing space where we are going to be having a lot of interactive workshops, conversations that is much needed, conversations where we're going to be interacting with our women and bringing them back into themselves, inshallah. I mean, reconnecting with themselves. I don't know if one of my sisters want to share anything else.
I don't think they want to add on to what you have said, but we will move to Tasneem. And please, can you tell us, how will each of your sessions complement one another to create a holistic journey of empowerment? Because you both are three remarkable women from different industries, so definitely you will be pouring into the attendees in a different way. So can you tell us about how all of your expertise will be flowing into one another?
I mean, we're just talking about this. We are from very different sort of backgrounds, but I think each of our modalities is a doorway into well-being. So Dr. Mariam with Unani medicine is approaching it from the mental, the physical, the spiritual, the emotional, and looking at the person as a whole. And then we have Yesmien, who's doing the senses, so that really when we're working with senses, we're inviting women to drop into their presence. And she does that work, and that's the quickest way to regulate the nervous system. And myself with holistic coaching, we're looking at the connection between mind and body and what our subconscious is telling us through the body and how we can work together, because we are giving our body messages as much as, it goes the other way. And together we support the individual as a whole, because we are holistic beings and we want people to come in and really experience themselves as different, have a good experience of themselves.
That is
100%.
That is so beautiful. And Mariam, I'll come to you now, where if you just can tell us, how does Unani Medicine support women's holistic health and wellness?
So when we look at Unani medicine, we look at balancing humans, and that's a very important aspect of Unani medicine. So balancing humans. So we have an individual approach. We look at each person's temperament, and we look at how we restore the body to its natural humor and to its natural combination and natural balance. And I think that's very important. So that is me bringing this aspect to people's lives, just highlighting Unani medicine, the fact that we all have an individual, unique temperament and how that impacts our health. I think that's very important.
Most definitely. And I'll come back to you, Yesmien. I just want you to tell us a little bit more about your work with, sense of sensuality and how it actually contributes to women's self-discovery and empowerment. And those who might not be familiar with what exactly you do, if you can just take us into details on exactly how it benefits women and self-discovery in women.
100%. It's by guiding. I guide women into their senses, into connecting with their senses, which reconnects them to their bodies within them. We've been blessed with these beautiful five senses, subhanAllah, and how we connect with them actually allows us to experience pleasure, enjoyment, and it's a blessing when we come in and reconnect with ourselves, and that is powerful. that is a powerful situation. So when we talk about empowerment, that's what I'm talking about. Finding your pleasure, your enjoyment.
Mashallah, that's a beautiful way to, explain it. And Tasneem, if we can just come back to you, maybe if you can tell us how Mind First approach also helps women cultivate mental resilience and confidence, and how important, if you can just highlight how important it is for women to have these qualities of, mental resilience and confidence in themselves so that they can be their very best version.
Okay, so what I really focus on in my work is facilitating people understanding body signals, and not just the big red shiny ones of I'm in severe pain or something like that, but your general everyday to-day experiences, and also at the same time improving our self-talk. Like I said, my work does focus on the personal narrative. And we do all have an inherent wisdom. It's so amazing. I see this every day. The body has a wisdom, and we have an intuition, especially as women. And unfortunately, we've become so divorced from it. And I think this work is important in terms of, I don't really like confidence. People have a bit of a warped perception of it, but confidence is following through, doing what you say you are going to do. And that is how we build confidence. And then, yes, I know the question is about resilience, but I prefer to look at it more as emotional and mental agility. We need to be agile in our approach to everyday life, to ourselves, to our senses, to our sensuality. That agility really is what will get us through, long term.
Most definitely. And Mariam, if you can tell us what's your perspective on, integrating conventional and alternative medicine for women's health?
So I started off with what is considered now as conventional medicine, and now I've moved on obviously to what is now considered as alternative or traditional medicine. So for me, obviously, and I think for the rest of the world as well, integrative is the way forward. There is no other way. I think previous concerns people from the conventional field had was that there wasn't enough scientific rigor in terms of natural medicines and herbal actives. But that has changed so much in the last maybe 1 or 2 decades. So companies like, for example, the company that is sponsoring our event, Nativa, have actively researched herbal actives for products. So doctors of complementary medicine or alternative medicine can now safely, confidently use prescribed products that come from well-researched products or herbal actives and have significant scientific rigor. I think that is the way forward. Integrative is the way forward.
And Yesmien, if we can just also come back to you in terms of the role that you believe sensuality plays in a woman's overall well-being, which you kind of mentioned in the beginning, but if you can just tell us about, the kind of impact that you hope, whatever it is that you'll be sharing with the ladies, people that will be attending that event on that day, will be taking away, and, in terms of practicing it in their lives so that they can be, the best version of themselves.
Sure. I feel like sensuality is nourishment. We're tapping into our nourished self. And when we nourish ourselves and we understand where things are coming from, and like we said, we've been blessed with these 5 beautiful senses and how we navigate through that. I feel like there's again, I've said this, there's real power in that. And once we're in that, when we gain that knowledge, it comes to confidence, like Tasneem said earlier. I'm bringing it back to that. And what is confidence? What does confidence actually mean? So we take it into that, we delve into that and do it step by step by reigniting our senses and understanding that. And when we reconnect that, we feel real. We start feeling our intuition. We start feeling our realness, and that makes us happy. Us women, we want to be happy. So yeah.
That is so beautiful. And Tasneem, can you tell us what mindfulness techniques can women practice daily to enhance their well-being?
Okay, I'm going to give you 3. So everybody says take a deep breath in. My work is, when I speak to my clients, I say take a deep exhale, expel all that air, move your navel close to your spine, and you will naturally take a beautiful inhale the way you're supposed to. And then a second thing you can do is talk slowly. I should have taken my own advice through this interview, and move slowly. that tells your nervous system that you are safe and that you are a pleasurable presence to be in and to be around. So those are some practical things you can do every day.
I mean, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And Mariam, back to you again. How will your expertise contribute to the workshop's focus on feminine empowerment?
I'm loving the responses from my partners as well. I think it's highlighting the fact that we all have a holistic approach in different ways. So, in terms of how what I will bring to the workshop is, of course, from a Unani medicine background, I'm looking at temperament. When we look at temperament, we look at what you become susceptible to because of your temperament. So, we can tell very early in a girl's life what her temperament is, and we can work using the lifestyle factors to avoid conditions that she would be susceptible to. So that would be painful periods. It would also look, well, that is a symptom. Well, it will also look at conditions like, for example, PCOS, conditions like hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism. So all of the things, even how we respond to menopause, how we respond in terms of intimacy. So who will be susceptible to a low libido, which is something women struggle with, lots of women struggle with. But when a patient walks into my practice, I'm already profiling them. It's just something I do. I don't mean to do it, but I can already tell before a patient walks in that this patient is most possibly struggling with low libido. This patient is most probably struggling with painful intercourse. Or even if you look at something like vaginismus, I have an idea of what type and what profile of patient would be most susceptible to vaginismus. So I think this is what I bring to the workshop. I want to be able to highlight how sexual health and mental health are interrelated, how sexual health impacts mental health, and how mental health impacts sexual health. So I think that's very important to bring that forward and to look at conditions like ADHD, OCD. How does that impact your intimacy life? So I think that's very important. People are not looking enough at neurodivergence. And I think if you know your neurotype and you know your temperament together, you can actually be more proactive with how your intimacy life and just your femininity, all of the ways you express yourself as a woman plays out.
That is so beautiful. And just in closing, Yasmin, if you can just remind our viewers at home on the details, the ticket prices, the times in which the event is happening, and also the location.
Okay, so the location is in Sandton. It's at the Belucci restaurant in Ilobo. Tickets are 450 Rand per person. We have loads of goodie bags, lots of giveaways happening. And then we also, what else do we need to say? If you want to contact me, you can DM me on Covered Official to book your ticket, or contact me directly by email, info@coveredofficial.com.
I mean, Jazakallah so much to the three of you for sharing with us, all things that have to do with the Uncovering Sensual Alchemy workshop that will be happening on the 6th of December. And, all the best with everything. And may you make the impact that you intend on the attendees that will be coming, inshallah.
Ameen. Ameen.
Ameen.
Jazakallah so much for having us.
Jazakallah so much. Viewers at home, that was Dr. Mariam Khan, Tasneem Basha, and Yesmien KT, who were just talking to us about the upcoming event, Uncovering Sensual Alchemy workshop that will be happening for self-discovery, self-improvement and empowerment and spiritual connection. But on that note, it's time for us to head over to a quick break. We'll see you right after this.